He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my
They
electrode.
did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster.
Caught on in a
The
flash.
monster mash.
They did the monster mash.
Hey guys, it's Ashlyn. Welcome back to Storytime with AJ and Life Vlogs. So I know it has been a very long time since I posted, but I have had stuff to do, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. But today we are going to be reading our very first Halloween book of the year. So today is Saturday, September 30th. And tomorrow is Halloween. Ooh, yes. I'm so excited. This is my costume. It is a jester costume. It's technically my brother's old costume, but it doesn't really matter. And then this is the headpiece, but it doesn't fit with my glasses on, so I couldn't wear it for this video, but you will see what it looks like on me in my new Halloween intro. And yeah. So, if you guys like the TV show Curious George, you are going to love this book. So let's get into it. Today we are going to be reading Curious George, Haunted Halloween. And there's no author for this book. I guess PBS Kids wrote it. I'm just going to move you guys closer, so sorry if you guys are like, why is the camera moving? Okay. Curious George, Haunted Halloween. So there's another book. It's called Curious George, Halloween Boo Fest, I think. And it's written by Joe Fallon. But this year, George was spending Halloween in the country. The last autumn leaves were falling. George and the man with the yellow hat were busy raking. What he means by raking is they were raking up all these leaves. Mrs. Rankins rode by on her bicycle. "Halloween's here! Hang on to your hats!" she shouted. "Happy Halloween, Miss Rankins," said the man. George was curious. Why would he need to hang on to his hat? I don't know. George went to the Rankins' farm. There was so many pumpkins. His friend Allie and Bill were there too. "Hang on to your hats," said Bill. George and Allie were confused. Why was everyone saying that? "Haven't you heard of the legend of No Noggin?" Bill asked. They hadn't. Then Bill told them the spooky story. A long time ago, there was a scarecrow perched by the old lonesome tree. It had a big pumpkin for a head and a top hat. Oh, and a hat on top, not a top hat. But one Halloween, the pumpkin went missing. From then on, everyone called the scarecrow No Noggin because it had no head. I love the art in this book. It's very pretty. No Noggin was angry. "What good was a hat without a head. That's why every Halloween night, No Noggin shows up and kicks people's hat off. Dun, dun, dun. George was spooked. A headless scarecrow ghost? Don't worry, said Bill. Just make sure you hang on to your hats on Halloween. George went home with his pumpkin. He wanted to see his friend and find out more about No Noggin. It's just a legend, George. It's just a legend, George, said the man. A tall tale, a ghost story. It's not real. But George wasn't so sure. George and his friend decided to carve a jack-o'-lantern. George tried to get his mind off ghosts, but he needed to know if No Noggin was real. The next night was Halloween. George and Allie were hiding near old lonesome tree. They were going to catch No Noggin on camera. Suddenly, they saw a shadow. Could it be No Noggin? George took a photo. But it was only Bill in his wizard costume. George and Allie had an idea. Bill could help catch No Noggin with his wizard hat. Oh dear, do you think what do you guys predict? Which means, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Bill, Allie, and George will find No Noggin? Or do you think they'll figure out that Bill was telling a lie and it's not actually real? Go tell someone what you think right now. Go tell the person whose video you're watching. Sorry about my foot. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, let's get on. Bill stood near old lonesome tree. He walked back and forth and waited for No Noggin to kick his hat. Suddenly, Bill's hat flew off his head. George and Allie chased the moving hat into a cave. What do you guys think is going to happen next? Inside the cave, they found Bill's hat and Jumpy Squirrel. Of course it's Jumpy Squirrel. And lots of other hats are filled with acorns. Of course. There was no headless scarecrow. It had been Jumpy all along. Jumpy and his squirrel friends had taken hats to collect acorns. George and his friends had solved the mystery and even had proof to show everyone the truth behind the legend of No Noggin. Well, maybe after Halloween. Now it's time for George to put on his costume and join his friends for trick-or-treating. And that is what, sorry about my foot again. That is the story. Okay. Now, at the back of this book, there is a way to make your own pumpkin head. all you need is a sheet of paper, a paper plate, scissors, which if you're using scissors, ask a parent help, a hole punch, a pencil, 2 pieces of string, markers, paint, or crayons, and glue or tape. And then the instructions, but I'm gonna just show you it, and then you guys can take a screenshot and do that if you would like to. Alright, now that is the end of Curious George's Haunted Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for tomorrow because I'm going to be reading I'm not going to actually tell you what the whole story is, but I'm going to be reading a Pete the Cat book. It is a Halloween themed Pete the Cat book, so I'm going to see if you guys can guess what it is actually called, but I will show you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed that book. I know I sure did. I remember I used to love Curious George as a kid. Anyways, I hope you guys have a lot of fun trick-or-treating, and I hope you guys come back tomorrow on Halloween to see what Pete the Cat is up to in this book. Bye.